I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stress, shield my greed. That's how I get it, success ain't no giving. Some days I don't hit, I don't slay. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous, down, wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank, I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze, the roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag, I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag, I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. Plus a family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket, Houston, we got a problem, man. Perfect, let them watch me elevating, got them nauseous. Cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit, nose diving in the option. Woo! Watch how I get ahead, watch how I get ahead, watch how I get ahead. Woo!
It's time! Welcome to DFS by the Numbers with your host, Brady.
Better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers and welcome to Best Bet for UFC 286. We got a 15-fight card to talk about. Was planning on going live at 12, but woke up this morning and saw the fight time starts at 12:30, so I'm not sure what happened there. So that kind of sucks, but other than that, we are here. We are ready to go. We got Narco, Gordo, and then Billy will be coming in very shortly here. We'll kick it to Narco first. Narco, you looking forward to this card?
Oh, yeah. UFC 286, a little too early here on the West Coast, but we're going to make it happen.
Yeah, I'm so tired. I know, Gordo, you're tired too, but you're looking forward to the card?
I very much am. And you know what? It was St. Patrick's Day. I get a little bit of excuse, but I'm waking up. I'm ready to go. There's fights in like an hour and 10 minutes, and that'll definitely wake me up for sure. So I'm excited to talk about these fights and get her going.
Let's do it. And then we'll bring in Billy in a second once he's ready. But yeah, just kind of a surprise there from the UFC. But yeah, we're going to get into our best bets here. As always, the rules are down below in the description. The standings are down below in the description. Both or all three, Narco, Gordo, and Billy, they are 2 cards in. So this is going to be their 3rd card in. So after this show, everybody's going to be 3 cards in, about 1/3 of the way done. So let's start with the first fight of the card here. And we have Juliana Miller going against Veronica Hardy. Narco, we'll kick it to you. What is your best bet for the first fight of the night?
Yeah, I couldn't really find much here, but I do think Miller eventually breaks Macedo, and Macedo has very bad cardio coming off of a 3-year layoff. So with that being said, I'm going to go with the safe route and go fight doesn't go minus 150. It's on Caesars just because, I mean, Macedo can throw up an armbar. I don't think she's going to get it, but I do think Miller finds the finish eventually, but it's going to come a little later. So give me fight doesn't go minus 150.
Sounds good. Yeah, by the way, there's 15 fights on this card, so these guys will have 5 passes. You can pass on 5 fights, which is a pretty big advantage. Gordo.
Oh, I didn't. Wait. 5 passes? I pass.
Okay. I was going to say, I was kind of surprised you took a bet on that one. But okay, so Narco is using his first pass, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Gordo, are you passing on this one as well, or is there a spot sticking out to you here?
No, I'll take it, and I'll take that same play Narco had. I'm on the under here. Juliana Miller is someone who is just – her name's Killer Miller, right? She's a girl who's want to go out there. She's a psycho. She's going to fight for your money, and although she isn't the most technically gifted, she will go balls to the wall to make sure she's winning the fight, whatever it takes. And although I do think Hardy may be better technically, I do think Hardy wilts under the 3 rounds. So give me Miller to win inside the distance, but due to that lack of technicality and Miller still being raw, I'll take the fight doesn't go to cover both bases there. And it is minus 138 on Betway, I believe.
Okay, I'll give you the minus 138 there. All right, so Narco passing on the first fight of the night. He has 4 passes left, and then Gordo taking that Miller fight doesn't go to decision. Billy, are you ready? Thumbs up if you're ready. If Billy's ready. All right. Billy, what are you taking for the first fight of the night? You passing, or is there something you like?
No, there's something I do like on this one. You know, first fight of the night, I don't know how packed the O2 Arena is, but Hardy's got to be telling his little wifey a little something here, and the UFC's trying to set up our girl Miller for a finish. Killer Miller, is she really the killer though? I don't know, man. I seen her fight on the Ultimate Fighter, and I definitely had some red flags. Didn't really want to bet on her too heavy in her UFC debut, but I'm gonna do the same exact thing that I did in her UFC debut. Fight doesn't go to distance, minus 155 here. I'm planning on a book this week specifically where I only get money lines and totals, so it's going to be a little bit of a different card this week. No Lambo plays.
All right. Looks like there's 138, so I'll give you minus 138 on that there. All right. Moving on to the next fight of the card, we got Ludovic Klein going against Jai Herbert. We'll stick with you, Billy. What are you liking for this fight here?
I actually just put this out on my Instagram or Twitter, wherever you follow me on social media platforms. We're going with the hometown dog here, Jai Herbert on the money line. I like his physical reach advantages here in this fight. A lot of people don't know he used to be a construction worker back a couple fights ago. He's been training he went from part-time to full-time, and since he's been training full-time, those people that had those Ilya Taporia tickets, everybody's fucking darling, they were fucking sweating in their boots last time Jai Herbert was in there. Jai Herbert's getting better fight by fight. He put together a 3-round performance last time. I think he beats Ludovic Klein. I got him here on the money line.
All right, plus 168, Jai Herbert as the dog play. Gordo, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go the other side here. I will take Ludovic Klein. I don't mind the shot on the dog, but for me, I just think Ludovic Klein has more paths to victory. I don't know if that minus 160 is available, so I'll take that minus 175. I just think that he's in a spot here where Herbert has these chin deficiencies. Klein has multiple paths to victory to get it done, and I think that line justifies that. I'll take Klein money line.
You said minus 165?
I don't think that's available, so I think minus 175 is best available.
Oh, 75, got you. Okay. Minus 175, Ludovic Klein. So we got Gordo on Klein, Billy on Herbert. Narco, are you liking anything in this fight?
Yeah, I'm right there with Gordo. I like Ludovic Klein here. Herbert getting knocked out viciously twice has completely changed his style, to be honest. When you look at the Kyle Nelson fight, he fought completely differently than how he normally fights. He was very cautious. I think he lost that first round and eventually came back and won the fight. But I just think that Ludovic Klein at 155 is much better suited than his 145 when he previously contested at 145, just because his cardio absolutely sucks at 45, and it's a big weight cut for him. So I see Ludovic Klein piecing him up on the feet. I think I know that reach advantage, and I like Herbert's striking, but I like Klein, the way he moves, his kicking game, and I think he can actually land takedowns here too if he wants them. So give me Klein here at minus 175.
All right. Narco's taking Klein there, minus 175, as is Gordo, and Billy's taking the dog, plus 168. All right, let's keep moving up. We got Joanne Wood going against Luana Carolina. We'll start with you, Gordo. What are you liking for this fight here?
Well, you're giving me the fight of the night to start it off, and I was expecting to pass here, but I think I'm going to take a shot on Joanne Wood. I think Joanne Wood is doing the tape all week. I told myself I wouldn't bet it, and the best part about this show is I don't actually have to have money on it, but I can have a best bet on it. I think that Joanne Wood by decision does have some value on it. I think that more time than not, her volume is able to outpace someone like Luana Carolina. So when you're giving me plus money, plus 100 on the dot on Joanne Wood by decision, I will take it as my best bet here.
All right, Wood by decision. Billy, what are you liking in this fight? Remember, you have 5 passes on this card. Are you passing on this one, or are you liking something in this fight here?
On the NBA Pub Hub show on NBA Pub Sports Radio. This is a backwood here. Smoke fight. Don't watch it.
All right. Yeah, I might miss it too. I got to catch up on some things. So,
yeah, this is the one fight of the card I could care 2 shits less about.
Yeah, I feel it. Narco, do you care about this fight at all, or you like something in this fight?
I kind of agree with Gordo. I think Wood should win pretty handily here, but 37 years old, kind of don't trust her. I've been hearing rumblings about her retiring too. Luana Carolina stinks, man. I don't care what anybody thinks. Like, her striking stinks, her grappling stinks.
Narco.
Everything about that girl stinks. So I know she has 3 wins in the UFC. I know she beat Lupita Godinez. But when you watch tape, you can't come out thinking that this girl is skilled, because she really isn't. So it's a pass for me. I'm not even going to touch this.
Yep, I feel it. I mean, I feel like I should be betting Wood here, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth the mental health that this fight will probably take on me.
I actually thought about betting on Luana Carolina a little bit. I mean, the fact that her last fight was in the O2 Arena and she got diced out by Molly Meatballs, man. I mean, a little something in her heart got to show a little bit of grit, right? I mean, but it wasn't enough when you see the price tag at plus 130. It's a pass.
Yeah, I got to pass on it. All right, we'll move on. This should be a fun one. We got Dusko Todorovic going against Christian Leroy Duncan. Billy, what are you liking on this fight here?
Yeah, I bet Christian Leroy Duncan before in the past in Cage Warriors. I'm a big fan of him, and very rarely do I lay a straight line on minus 210, but that was the situation that I was put in this week. I couldn't get the knockout prop on Christian Leroy Duncan, but he's about to dice Dusko Todorovic. Patty Pimlet's manager is also the Cage Warriors, Dana White, so he's going to be in the stands today. A lot of promotional dollars is on Christian Leroy to make a UFC run. And don't be surprised if Christian Leroy Duncan does it in really good fashion and everybody gets on the wave and he becomes another Patty Pimlet.
So you liking that money line?
What's his inside of distance prop? Because me personally, my real life money is on the money line, but for show purposes, I would like to get better odds.
Like minus 120, best price?
You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to say what I actually bet, straight money line.
All right, which that best price is minus 190 there. All right. Narco, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, I love Christian Leroy Duncan in this spot. I think UFC is giving him a layup. This guy came out of Cage Warriors. This guy didn't have to go through Dana White's Contender Series. He didn't have to go through Ultimate Fighter. 7 fights in his career. Here you go. Fight in your home country. And we will give you, a killer of an opponent in Dusko Todorovic. So UFC is giving this guy a layup, man. Dusko, to me, 3 wins have aged terribly against all guys that are not in the UFC. He looked like shit his last fight against Jordan Wright, albeit he came back and won. He's got nothing, honestly, for Christian Leroy Duncan in this fight. So give me Christian Leroy money line.
Gotcha. All right. So we got 2 Leroys. Gordo, what do you like for this fight here?
I will not be making it 3. I think I'm going to use a pass here. I get what you guys are saying with Duncan being in his hometown, be a guy who should be favored, but it's hard for me to go up and pay that chalk on a guy who I think does have flaws, a guy who I think can be controlled against a better level of competition. Not saying Dusko is that guy. I do think Christian Leroy Duncan wins, but I don't think there's much value in my opinion, so I'm going to take a pass here.
Gordo, my question for you is, you think that the matchmakers were sitting in the room and thought, yeah, let's bring Dusko over to the O2 Arena and let's get him a win to get his contract together and let's renegotiate and get his career going? Like, no, that's not the conversation they had at all. The conversation went, all right, Christian Leroy Duncan, who's a fight that we can give him that he can win in the UFC? Oh, the guy Dusko. I remember that bum. Get him in here. That was more of how the conversation went.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Christian Leroy Duncan doesn't win. I'm just saying when I'm doing a best bet show, I don't know if I want to lay minus 200 on a guy who's making his debut.
Fair enough. All right.
Fair enough.
All right. We have, I think, 11 fights to go. Jake Hadley going against Malcolm Gordon. We'll start with you, Narco. What are you liking for this fight here?
I love Jake Hadley in this spot. People are probably going to gravitate a little towards Gordon just because he looked pretty decent against Makayev in his last fight and outdid everybody's expectations because everybody thought Makayev was just going to run through him early. But Jake Hadley's completely different in the fact that Jake Hadley hits very hard on the feet. He works the body, good kicking game, all those things that Makayev really doesn't do too well. So I love Hadley by KO this week. It's plus 255. He is absolutely going to torch Malcolm Gordon. I think Malcolm Gordon's chin is awful, but we didn't get to see it last fight, like I said, because Makayev just loves to grapple. Hadley does grapple, but usually it's his opponents that kind of engage in the grappling, and then he starts out, but he likes to strike, man. The guy loves to strike, and he's a damn good striker, and Gordon, honestly, is chinny. So give me the plus 255 on the KO.
All right, Hadley by KO plus 255. I like that one a lot. Gordo, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, be in my shoes when there's only like 10 fighters in the UFC that are Canadian, and one of them is Canadian and has the same name as you, and he sucks just the way Malcolm Gordon does. It just hurts my feelings, man, because I want to cheer for Malcolm Gordon. He's Canadian, same name as me. I want to go out there and cheer for him, but he has no chin, no durability. He's a guy who's been finishing all of his losses. And I do think the same way Billy was saying that they're trying to get Christian Leroy Duncan a win, I think this is when they're trying to get this Jake Hadley, a young prospect, a win in the O2 Arena here. I think it is Jake Hadley. I don't know why the inside the distance is -190, but the KO is +260 when the durability of Gordon seems to be on the KO side. So I'm with Narco +255 Hadley KO. I really like that. Although I wish that a Canadian named Gordon had a better success rate here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like his chances. Like you said, I think this is a setup fight if I've ever seen one. Billy, what are you liking for this fight here?
Oh, you know me, man. I'm a big Jake Hadley supporter, but there's always some inherent risk about Jake Hadley, though, because he comes out a little bit too cocky for my liking sometimes. But I think the fact that he's back in his hometown and he doesn't have the matchmakers fucking bitching at him about making weight and stuff like that, feels like all the stressful spots for Jake Hadley we've got through that part of the stage of his career, and now we're to the glitz and the glamour, the highlight tapes, the YouTube tapes, where we look up Jake Hadley's name in 2 years from now. You're going to be watching him knocking Malcolm Gordon the fuck out. We're betting to under 2.5, -165. Like I said earlier in the show, I'm going to keep it real with you. Only got money lines and totals, no Lambo plays. So do what you want with it.
-165 for that under. All right, I like it. We'll move on to the next fight. Really looking forward to this fight. We have Lerone Murphy going against Gabriel Santos. We'll start with you, Gordo. What are you liking for this fight here? Should be a really good one.
This is one of my favorite fights on the card, and the problem with it is there's just so many unknowns. A guy in Santos who I think has a decent future in the UFC, a guy who I think has a decent skill set, but is making such a long trek, who I think has some problems with the striking defense, a guy who I think is just overall going to struggle here facing the hometown guy. But I don't think Leon Murphy can go out there and be the bigger favorite he is. This is a pass for me. I do lean towards Murphy heavy in terms of skill for skill, power, striking, but I think there are some red flags with this takedown defense, especially against a guy at Santos who is so good with those takedowns, in my opinion. I think I does have a future in the UFC. However, I think I'm just going to pass on this one and use my second pass of the day.
All right, Gordo using a second pass. He has 3 left. Narco, you have 3 passes left as well. Are you passing on this fight, or you like something here?
Yeah, I'm passing here just because Lerone, I would probably take Lerone Murphy here, but this guy's coming off of near-death experience like less than a year ago.
True.
Like,
I hate to laugh, but that shit's funny, man.
but I mean, the doctors told this guy you shouldn't be fighting anymore. And he's like, fuck you guys, I'm going to keep fighting. And that really hasn't worked out for other fighters before. So I'm a little afraid here, dude. This guy almost died under a year ago, and now he's back in the ring. Like, I don't know what to make of that. And then on the other side, like Gordo said, like, I really like Santos in general as a prospect. But to trek, like he said, all the way from Brazil, 8 days notice, doesn't look like this guy's been training after the LFA. So it's like, do you really want to play this guy at this point? So it's a pass.
Yep, and that is true. He did get hit by a car. I mean, so yeah, that's something crazy.
I hate to laugh, but that shit was funny, though.
Billy, what do you like on this?
I have the same sentiments as Narco Cop. How can you really cap this fight, man? To be honest with you, it's like off the narrative, I really just want to blindly bet Gabriel Santos, but that's something that more of like you're watching the card and you just got done through a couple chick fights and you're looking and you're like, damn, this college basketball game's at halftime. I guess I am betting Gabriel Santos. But ultimately, though, this is a pass for me. If anything, I probably lean fight doesn't go to distance, but it's not something that I'm looking to make a lot of money on if we got the man, the myth, the legend next.
Yeah, all good. Billy, you have 3 passes left. Gordo, you have 3 passes left. And Narco, you have 2 passes left. We have the next fight, Muhammad Mokaev going against Jafel Filio. Mokaev, a big favorite. Billy, what do you like for this one here?
Ooh, you're going to me with this one. This is a hard one because I didn't have access to the props. Give me a second.
I can come back to you.
Yeah, come back to me because I had to go to the actual kiosk to bet this one.
All good. Gordo, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that they're trying to get a guy like Muhammad Mokaev, a young guy, another win here, another spot where we have a very, very large favorite. And I think all the lines are pretty about right this week. I think it's pretty just, and for that reason, I'll be using my third pass today. It's funny because on the Tapology order, I had 3 passes in a row, so it is one I'm just gonna sit back. I think Muhammad Mokaev is the rightful favorite in this spot, but I don't see much value in it.
All right, Gordo taking the pass. He has 2 left. Narco, what do you like for this fight?
I'll have 1 left after this. Yeah, I think everything is about right here. I could see it going to decision. I can see Mokaev stopping this guy maybe later in this fight, but nothing really sticks out here.
And Billy, you find anything, or are you passing on this one as well?
This is actually what I came to the conclusion of. Had to talk with my guy, Liam Picks Fights. Make sure you follow Liam Picks Fights over on YouTube. My man's up at 4:30 in the morning having UFC conversations, walking away from his wifey, watching whatever they were watching, to tell me to pass on Mokaev. Don't bet him, Bill. Don't bet him. I was like, but Liam, I got him in my money line parlays. I got to do something with it. So I'm going to pass here.
All right. All 3 are passing. And you all 3 passed on the last one too, right?
Great minds think alike.
All right. So let's see if we have a bet on this one. We got Sam Patterson going against ONeill Ashmos. We'll start with you. Narco, what do you like for this fight here?
I like violence here. Sam Patterson's chin is up in the air, getting clipped, and Ashmas does throw hard, but technically speaking, I don't think he does much right. But like I said, he throws with a lot of power. Sam Patterson's there to be hit. But I do think Sam Patterson at some point will wrap up a Darce on this guy because he kind of shoots in some sloppy takedowns, and Patterson has those long limbs and very, very good choke series. So I think this fight's going to end one way or another. So how about a fight doesn't start round 3? Let me see what it is on DraftKings because I'm not sure. It is -120. So fight doesn't start round 3, -120 on DraftKings is my best bet for this one.
Sounds good. Looking for some violence here. Gordo, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, I've talked about this fight a lot this week. I don't think Sam Patterson is necessarily a world beater in this spot, but I do think that they're trying to give him a younger guy who's unproven in his hometown. But I can't trust Sam Patterson here. I can't trust him to be parlay. I can't trust him in a lot of these spots. But I do think he wins. So what's a good way to play this? How do we target this? I'm going with ONeill Ashmos decision only at +180, and I want to be heard out on this one here. Sam Patterson, in my eyes, isn't the best minute winner. He's a guy who is just purely an opportunistic finisher. He's got good resilience and good durability. And I think that in a spot against ONeill Ashmos, who has shown that he can clinch, he can throw heavies, but he can also wrestle very well. I think that in a world where this does go to decision, I'm not saying it does, it is favored inside the distance, but if it were to go to decision, I think ONeill Ashmos has more minute winning equity in this spot here, and +180 seems a bit wide. So +180, Ashmos decision only on DraftKings.
Nice. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, Patterson is a minute loser, it looks like, for the most part. But I'm more so on the side it does finish. But hey, if it goes to decision, Ashmos is going to be very live, I think. Billy, what do you like for this one?
My concerns is I think Patterson has the wrestling upside to be able to win minutes in this spot. Like, he's not a historical minute winner, but in this specific scenario, styles make fights. And that's what kind of throws me off a little bit. Do you have the FanDuel submission rounds 1 or 2 up available? Because in Connecticut, they don't have that prop available to me.
No, but I can look it up for you.
Yeah, I would look it up. I'd usually that's been one of the hot streaks this year, has been just the sub rounds 1 or 2 prop. Find one person on the card that can hit it.
So Patterson, we're going to go to round props. Yeah, it would be under round props, right?
No, method of victory, I believe.
Method of victory, method and round combo.
Yeah, method of round combo, submission, Sam Patterson, sub, round 1 or 2.
All it's showing is just I don't see the combos. Narco, do you know where the combos are?
What are you guys looking for? Sorry?
Sam Patterson, round 1 or 2 submission.
Oh yeah, it's if you go to on FanDuel, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So go to 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up right now. So go to in popular. On the very bottom, it says submission round combos.
Oh, gotcha.
It's plus 290.
290.
At that point, can I just get the submission prop at plus 220?
Yep. Got you there. So Patterson submission plus 220. All right. We'll keep moving on then. We have Omar Morales going against Chris Duncan. Gordo, we'll start with you. What are you liking for this one here?
I am taking Omar Morales, and I realize the risks that come with this bet, but I think when we're looking at an overall fighter who has more paths to victory, and I think is the better technical striker, I'm going to have to side with Omar Morales. Chris Duncan does one thing very well, and that is throw with heat. And although you can throw with heat, I don't think he has the best durability to back. I don't think he has any technicality there. I don't think he has any wrestling upside in the spot. Omar Morales is likely going to be the better minute winner. He's going to be better technically. And although he was knocked out in his last fight, I do think he does have a slight durability edge against Duncan. I completely understand there's a risk that Morales could be knocked out, but I think more times than not, Morales should win this fight. I think he should be favored a bit more. Minus 105, Omar Morales.
So Omar Morales, minus 105. Billy, what do you like for this fight here?
My actual personal money is on the under 2.5. Chris Duncan, I know you're not watching this, but my guy, you got to roll with your guys, man. Chris Duncan's definitely one of my guys. And, the quote, ride with your guys, came into play on that Contender Series fight because it was one of those type of fights that I was like, man, that's when you really got to ride with your guys and just let it be, man. Just let it be. And he ended up showing up. But I like the under 2.5 the most. But for show purposes, I need some plus money here. Chris Duncan by knockout, plus 200.
Duncan KO plus 200. Okay, I like that. Duncan.
Omar Morales is about to get toasted by the Duncan, man. We're running it up. Make sure you follow Chris Duncan on IG. Great IG follow. Good support in the MMA community. I'm telling you guys hit him up. He'll probably come on one of your shows or something like that. Dude's cool as shit.
Sounds good. Let's see if we can get it done, man. Narco, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I like under 2.5. It's minus 175 on DraftKings and MGM. I mean, first off, I agree with everything Gordo said about the striking technical abilities, but one thing I think some people are overlooking is the fact that this guy's going to turn 38 this year, and he was knocked out for the first time in his career, last time out. Coming off an injury, he pulled out of his last fight, coming off an injury. This all has to do with age at this point, man, and there's some wear and tear on this guy. And Duncan hits very, very hard. I think one of these guys is going to sleep no matter what, because Duncan just fights like that, and that's just how it is. And so under 2.5, minus 175. I think this line is off by a good bit, in my opinion. So give me that under 2.5.
Yeah,
I thought they would put like it at on the book that I'm playing on. I was telling Brady I only have money lines and totals this week, and they put this one at 2.5 juice towards the under. And I thought this would be a 1.5. Try to bait the people in to bet the under at plus money.
Same.
I think some books do have it. Actually, a lot of books have it at 1.5. Like FanDuel does, Rivers does.
FanDuel doesn't let people make money off of the totals, man.
They try not to.
They let you make money off their freaking props, though.
Yeah, whoever runs the props at FanDuel is probably going to get fired within the next 6 months, and we all got to send them a gift basket.
Yeah, FanDuel does have the best props. I agree with that. All right, let's move on then. We have the featured prelim, Jack Shore going against Makwan Amirkhani. There's a prop that's sticking out, and I'm curious to see if anybody is going to take it on the show. We'll start with Gordo. What do you like for this fight here?
I don't know. I think I know what you're referring to, but I think I'm just going to go the safer route here and take the under 2.5 at minus 157. Both these guys, we know that only one of their styles matters, and that's Makwan Amirkhani. He's a guy who is just killer to be killed early on. He's got a fantastic submission game in that first round, which I think is kind of what you're alluding to there. But he seems to die for that first round. And sure, Jack Shore is making that huge step up in competition, but I think the IQ of Jack Shore is going to be okay to survive from that first round and take over later. I think that covering both bases with the under 2.5 is the way to go, because sure, Makwan can get that first round finish. He's a very deadly submission guy early on, but I also think that Jack Shore can take over late when the cardio starts to wane of Makwan Amirkhani. So give him the under.
What line did you say on that one?
Minus 157.
Okay, 7 got you there. All right, Billy, what are you liking for this fight here?
Pre-flop going into the week, I tweeted out my UFC 286 thoughts, and the second one was, how isn't Jack Shore minus 1,000 favorite yet? But the more and more that we get closer towards the fight, the more and more stuff I'm starting to find out and research about. I'm just going to take the over 1.5 and just pray Jack Shore makes this look easy, because Miracani, I'm a huge fan of him, made a lot of money on him. Mr. Finland, probably the best typology pitcher of all time. But I don't think it's hard to ever know what his motivation is. It's like sometimes he shows up and he's Mr. Finland, and the other time I don't know, man. He's not Marcon Miracani at all. So hopefully we just get Jack Shore to get this dub. I took the over 1.5 though.
Sounds good. And then Narco, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I mean, I like this fight to end one way or another. There's so many ways you can go with this fight, but under 2.5, it's -1. What is it on DraftKings? 140.
Oh, 140. Wow.
Yeah, on DraftKings it's -140. I think that's the way to go here, just because if I was to take a flyer, I'd probably take Miracani round 1 sub. I mean, what people are underestimating here is, and I think it's very important, is the fact that Jack Shore is moving up. He's not a big 35er to begin with. And when you watch Miracani at 45, he's ragdolling guys that are a lot bigger and stronger at 45 early on in the fight. Like, for instance, Jonathan Pierce. Like, what would Jonathan Pierce do to Jack Shore as far as grappling? I think he would be much stronger. And I think people are underestimating the strength advantage Miracani has here early. But the problem is this guy just goes for it early or he dies, right? He gasses to death. So I have to take the under 2.5. I think this fight ends either very early for Miracani, in my opinion, or Shore takes over.
Yep, sounds good to me. So we're gonna go quickly and go over what we got so far for the prelims. So Narco, you are passing on the Miller fight. You are taking the Klein money line -175. You're passing on the Wood fight. You're taking the Duncan money line -190. You're taking Hadley by KO +255. You are passing on the which fights even are these? You're passing on the Wood fight? No. Yeah, the Wood fight, right? No, you're not. You're passing on the
I did pass on the Wood fight.
Yeah, the Maia fight and the Santos fight. And then
Correct.
You're taking Patterson fight won't start round 3 -120. You're taking the Duncan under 2.5 -175. The Shore under 2.5 -140. Gordo, you're taking Miller fight doesn't go decision -138. Klein money line -175. You're taking Wood decision +100. You're passing on the Duncan fight. You're taking Hadley by KO +255. You are passing on the Murphy fight and the Maia fight. You're taking Ashmo's +180 money line bet. You're taking Ashmo's decision only, right?
Yes, decision only.
Decision only. Okay, that's why we do this. All right, and then you're taking Morales money line -105, and then the Shore under 2.5 -140. Billy, you're taking Miller fight doesn't go decision -138. Herbert money line +168. You're passing on the Wood fight. You're taking the Duncan money line -190. You're taking the Hadley under 2.5 rounds -165. You're passing on the Murphy fight and the Maia fight. You're taking Patterson sub +220. You're taking the Duncan KO +200, and then you're taking Shore over 1.5 rounds -150. All right, let's move into these main cards. Before we do so, if you guys can please leave a like on the video, subscribe here to the channel. I also did link down everybody's information down below. Narco's YouTube channel, Gordo's YouTube channel. Then I put Billy's Twitter, his Instagram's also on the screen as well. So go check those guys out. And then also the standings and the rules are down there as well for those of you that are new. But we're going to kick off the main card with Marvin Vettori going against Roman Dolidze. It looks like Narco, you have 1 pass left. Gordo, you have 2 passes left. And Billy, you have 2 passes left. We'll start with you, Billy. What are you liking for this fight here?
My bad. People were hitting me up about this Furman game. Yo, I know this is a UFC show. Furman +5.5. Furman +210. What was your question?
The Lindsay Vettori fight.
My bad. This game tips off in 5 minutes. I like Marvin Vettori by decision here.
Vettori by decision is best price. minus 110 for Vettori decision. All right, Gordo, what are you liking for this fight here?
Similar route, but I'm going to take a little bit of a safer approach here. I'm going to take Vettori round 3 or decision, minus 140 on FanDuel. I know that there's a slim chance that Vettori is able to get him out of there. I know.
should have took that. I should have took that.
You're welcome to join. You're welcome to join. Delice's cardio is something that I don't really want to back long term, though. I don't want this to be the fight where I didn't capitalize against it. So give me the round 3 decision to cover that. But I do think the most likely outcome is Vettori decision.
All right, and then Narco, what are you liking here?
Yeah, I like the same bet with that Gordo likes. Round 3 decision. I do have late round props on Vettori by KO. Like, they're astronomical. So you have to play them knowing that he has a huge cardio edge, in my opinion, here. So I don't know. Dolice ain't going to keep pulling this shit out of his ass. So it ends here, in my opinion. And Vettori cruises to a victory.
I hope it ends here. I hope it does. I'm sick of it. All right, we'll move on to the next fight, though. We have Casey ONeill going against Jennifer Maia. I imagine we're going to get some passes on this one. We'll start with you, Gordo. What are you liking for this fight?
It pains me to say it because I love Casey ONeill, but I will be passing on this one. Too much going around with the ACL reconstruction, with her getting a huge step up in competition. I think Jennifer Maia has skills. She just doesn't utilize it to the best of her capability. She's not the highest IQ fighter, in my opinion. I do think she has the skills. We're going to see what version of Jennifer Maia we get this week. To me, I would play Casey ONeill at dog odds. Don't have those, and the line's a bit wide for that reason. I'm going to pass on this one.
All right, Gordo using up that pass. Narco, what do you like in here?
Yeah, give me Maia by decision. Plus 225. I have to take a shot, man, because Maia looked really good against Marina Moroz. Casey ONeill looked like pretty much like shit, even though she won pretty easily against Modafferi. I don't think it was a split, but she did not look good, man. She was getting touched up on the feet against Modafferi. Huge red flag. Jennifer Maia is a good striker, and we saw it last time out, and she's still 34 years old. I mean, this girl's been in UFC forever, it feels like, but huge experience gap. One girl's coming off an injury, not looking very good. The other one looked very good her last time out. I just think this line is a little wide here. Obviously, Casey ONeill can possibly get this fight to the ground, but Jennifer Maia is not a slouch off her back. Like, she can throw up submissions, and she's pretty dangerous. So I'll take a shot on the decision prop here at plus 225.
I don't hate it. Billy, what do you like for this fight here?
I try not to bet on girls that I find sexually attractive because that's killed me in the past. Shouts to Bay Malecki. So I'm going to try to pass on this one. I think Casey ONeill wins, and I think she wins inside the distance. But no, I will not get Bay Malecki anymore.
Not going to get Bay Malecki. All right, Billy passing on that fight there. Billy, you have one pass left there. All right, so move on. We have 3 fights left. We got Gunnar Nelson going against Brian Barberena. We will start with you, Gordo. What are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, poor Bam Bam, in my opinion. I think I'm going to take Gunnar Nelson to win inside the distance. I love Bam Bam. I love his style, but it is one with a glaring hole in his game, that is the takedown defense, and I think that Gunnar Nelson's one to exploit that. I know he hasn't landed multiple takedowns throughout his career, and I don't think he needs to land many here because I do think he's able to get to the back and actually get the finish this time. I think people are too scarred by what happened last time against Sato to really trust Nelson's out of the distance. I'm willing to get burned again. Give me Gunnar Nelson out of the distance, minus 105.
So Nelson inside the distance, minus 105. Narco, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, I want to take Brian Barberena here at plus 310. Just because Nelson's fought once in 3 years, dude. Like, what, 3.5 years? What the fuck is this guy doing? And then last time out against Sato, I understand Sato was trying to defend the submission and was just like, all right, screw it. I'm not going to try to get up. Just going to, guard from getting subbed. But like, there was points where Gunnar Nelson could get on top and just like rain down elbows and just didn't do shit. So that's very frustrating to watch. I don't know. The inactivity, the fact that this guy's getting up there a little bit in age. There's a lot of red flags here, to be honest, on Nelson. I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. Why one fight in 3.5 years? Why? I don't know. So I'm just going to pass this one, man. I'm going to pass.
All right, Narco passing, and that is his last pass there. All right, Billy, what do you like for this fight here?
I couldn't. Narco Cop, man, couldn't have summed it up any better. I was literally the first thing I tweeted this week was, how the fuck is Gunnar Nelson minus 450? Am I missing something? Digging into the tape, no, and not really missing too much, but tape bought me away here. I like the under 2.5 minus 155. I think that's the safest route for me here. Hopefully Gunnar gets a sub. Hopefully Brian Barberina might be able to get a finish. This is one of those fights that you bet the under 2.5, but you take the actual specific fighters' props to get plus money, and it evens out by the end of the fight.
All right, Billy going with the under there. All right, so 2 fights left. We got the co-main event. Rafael Fiziev going against Justin Gaethje. We'll start with you, Narco. What do you like in here?
I love the Fiziev side here, and I am actually going to go with knockout for Fiziev at plus 150. Wear and tear. I understand Gaethje has a good chin, but all those things come to an end at some point, and it's showing a little lately. Like, he got dropped against Oliveira. He's been getting hurt. He's been getting wobbled. I mean, he's been in way too many wars, this dude, man. And he's going to just sit there and try to do the same thing he always does. And people seem to think he might wrestle here. I highly doubt it, dude. That's just not Gaethje, man. He's gonna stand and slug it out. And even if he tries to wrestle, I don't think he's gonna be able to get Fiziev. Fiziev has like elite takedown defense, man. It's on the feed. It's just he's too wild, and Fiziev is way too technical. So I think he's gonna get the knockout here. I don't know. It could come early, could come late, but plus 150. I want to go with KO here for Fiziev.
All right, KO for Fiziev. Billy, what are you liking for this co-main event?
Am I allowed to do UFC specials on FanDuel?
Yeah, of course.
Favorite UFC special today is Rafael Fiziev in round 2 to start minus 105.
So the round 2 has to start and he has to win?
Yeah. Gotcha. Rafael Fiziev to win and fight to start round 2. That is, I didn't actually place the bet yet, but just know, let some of these hoops go in throughout the prelims. There will be a casino ride 5 minutes away to slam that with some other stuff on this main card here.
And what was the line on that, by the way?
Minus 105. It's under UFC specials.
Gotcha.
Rafael Fiziev to win and fight to start round 2. Other ones that this is actually a really good specials on this fight. Rafael Fiziev to win and fight to start round 3. I'm running a ladder on it. I will also be placing that one at plus 170, and the rest of them are all bullshit. But those are the good ones.
All right, Billy, going with the Fiziev win plus the fight starts round 2 minus 105. Narco taking the KO plus 150. Gordo, what are you liking for this fight? I think you have one pass left.
Hey, yeah, Blue Scudo, suck my dick. I'm in the Mohegan Sun Casino. Slept on 4 hours of sleep. I got Furman basketball and a bunch of NCAA basketball games betted on. Sorry, it's not the most technical UFC analysis. You either want to get paid or you can go sit in your fucking mom's basement and jerk your dick off.
That's all right. That's all right. Anyway, Gordo, what do you like here?
If I only have one pass remaining, I think the bet I get more value out of the last 2 fights is going to be the Fiziev KO. I think that I want to have some action on the Usman fight, but I don't think there's the best odds for it. So give me Fiziev KO. Plus 150 here, I think is way too wide for a guy in Gaethje who I think will be out technical and has been dropped by lesser fighters. Fiziev, we all know, has a ton of power in his hands and his snappy kicks up there. And although he has worn people down, I don't think Gaethje is that durable guy we make him out to be all the time. This seems the same guy that's been dropped by multiple times and he has been knocked out a few times yet before in the UFC against less powerful punchers. So give me Rafael Fiziev. I think Gaethje's path to victory is a war of attrition, and I think that the only problem with standing with Fiziev is being able to be countered the way he has been. So Fiziev knockout plus 150.
All right, and then last but not least, the main event. We have Kamaru Usman going against Leon Edwards. We will start with you, Billy. What do you like for the main event here?
This is the one, man. You might not see me. You might see me in Texas a little bit earlier next week, or you might not see me till Friday. We need Leon Edwards to get this knockout here. I actually got Leon Edwards rounds 1, 2, or 3 plus 650.
Edwards rounds 1, 2, or 3 plus 650. All right, Gordo, what are you liking for this main event?
I don't think it matters what I like because I don't think I have to pass on this one, don't I?
I believe so.
Oh, well, the gut feeling, I was going to play Usman decision here, but I think it's better to pass on this anyways. I think Usman gets it done, but I got to pass.
All right. And then Narco, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm going to go opposite of Billy Briz. I'm going to go with 3-4-5 KO for Usman here, plus 750. He came kind of close to getting him out of their last fight. If you guys remember, like when he had him on top, he was raining down shots on him, and Edwards wasn't really responding at one point, and it looked like it was going to get stopped. So I think Usman, like, there's a lot of red flags here, to be honest, and if I had another pass, I probably would, but I mean, we've seen 8 rounds of this and what Usman can do with the takedowns. What changes here with the takedowns? I don't think much unless Edwards again sparks him on the feet somehow. But Usman, I think, takes over late, and he probably wants to make a point that he got finished, and maybe he wants to get a finish here. So 3-4-5 KO plus 750, I think, is pretty good odds there.
Plus 750, you said?
Yep, on FanDuel.
All right, so we got everything in here. So we're going to quickly go through everything, and everything is correct. You're going to give your best bet. That best bet, if you hit that bet, your profit is going to double. All right, so Narco, you're passing on the Miller fight. You're taking Klein moneyline minus 175. You're passing on the Wood fight. You're taking Duncan moneyline minus 190. You're taking Hadley KO plus 255. You're passing on Murphy Santos. You're passing on Maia Filho. You're taking Patterson. The fight won't start round 3, minus 120. You're taking the Duncan under 2.5, minus 175. You're taking the Shore under 2.5, minus 140. You're taking Vettori round 3 or decision, minus 140. You're taking Maia decision plus 225. You are passing on the Nelson fight. You're taking Fiziev KO plus 150, and then Usman KO 3, 4, or 5 plus 750. Is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet of the entire card?
Hadley KO plus 255.
Hadley KO plus 255. Nice. I like it. All right. Gordo, you're taking the Miller fight as a good decision, minus 138. You're taking the Klein money line, minus 175. You're taking Wood decision, plus 100. You're passing on the Duncan money line. You're taking Hadley KO plus 255. You're passing on Murphy Santos, Maia Filho. You're taking Oshmo's decision only, plus 180. Morales money line, minus 105. Shore under 2.5, minus 140. Vettori round 3 or decision, minus 140. You're passing on the Maia fight. You're taking Nelson inside the distance, minus 105. Fiziev KO plus 150, and then you're passing on the main event. Is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet of the card?
All of that's correct, and although it's all looking good, I'm going to ruin it by saying my best bet is going to be Miller fight doesn't go to decision. It pains me to say, but that's personally what I see having the most value.
All right, and then Billy, you're taking the Miller fight doesn't go decision as well, minus 138. Herbert money line plus 168. You're passing on the Wood fight. You're taking the Duncan money line minus 190. The Hadley under 2.5, minus 165. You're passing on Murphy Santos, passing on Maia Filho. You're taking Patterson sub plus 220. Duncan KO plus 200. Short over 1.5, minus 150. Vettori decision minus 110. You're passing on the Maia fight. You're taking Nelson under 2.5, minus 155, and you're taking Fiziev to win and fight starts round 2, minus 105. You're taking Edwards to win in rounds 1, 2, or 3, plus 650. Billy, you have 11 plays here, so you'll have to eliminate one. Is there one you want to take off?
I'm trying to see which one do I really not want to bet. Let's take off the main event.
Okay, main event. So passing on the main event. And then what is your best bet of the entire card?
Well, the one that I have my most money on is the Duncan money line, but for show purposes, Rafael Fiziev win and fight to start round 2, minus 105. As soon as the show's over, I'm about to go to the kiosk and just leave it at that.
Sounds good. All right, guys, we did it. Went through all 15 fights. Going to quickly pass it around here. We'll start with you, Narco. Narco, let the people know where they can find you, what you typically have going on throughout the week for some content.
Yeah, Narco Cop on Twitter, Narco Cop MMA on YouTube every Friday, Lambeau Place podcast with Timothy Troiano. And we have a live watch party starting in 20 minutes on Twitter Spaces. Come hang out, live bet, and we've been crushing it.
Billy, let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, find me over on Pub Sports Radio. I'm usually not in a hotel room stuck up like this on a, day 2 of 4 of NCAA March Madness, but for other purposes. You catch me on Pub Sports Radio Monday through Friday, breaking down the NBA shows and stuff like that. And then Saturday, live stream with the boys. We were live casting. Last pay-per-view, we ended up hitting the 2-leg Alexa Grasso, John Jones Moneyline Parlay. So make sure you hear Pub Sports Radio. Hit the like, subscribe on your way out. And join us, man. We're about to run up a bag over there today, man, because you're going to watch me literally go from this hotel room to the casino, back to the live stream. A lot of people placing bets on the phone. We're placing this in person. It's real life gambling stuff.
Go check those guys out on Pub. They'll be going live soon as well. And then, Gordo, let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, on YouTube at Plays and Fade Sports is linked down below. Every week I post a betting and DraftKings breakdown. On Twitter at Gambles Gordo, Gordo Gambles. Both of them work. Got my full card of bets posted there. Guys, enjoy the morning card. Coffee and Bailey's. Get it ready to go and enjoy their big fights this morning. 15
Coffees and Bailey's. This is joints and snacks times, baby.
I'm just going to enjoy water, but you guys can follow me on Twitter, DFS_numbers, Instagram, DFS by the numbers. Like, subscribe, and best of luck for the card. Should be fun. Should be a long one, 15 fights. Let's make some money and enjoy the fights, guys. See ya.